What's going on, fellas? Welcome to GRIZZ Zombies. My name's Violent. Today we're going to be talking about patch 1.23. It is a patch that is going down in Black Ops 3 Zombies. And guess what? We actually got some patch notes here for you today. I'm going to go through the global changes first. So the menu system is the perfect place to check out the global changes. An issue that was corrected from voiceover lines playing over each other. We've seen this before. Go Rod Karavi, it was really bad, and now that that's been fixed, hallelujah. An issue where all players would hear the Galil firing audio regardless of the distance from the shooter. So you'd be just across the map, your friend on the other side of the map, and you would hear it just as though he was right next to you, like there was no wall separating it. So that's been fixed. There was a fix with the fire sale, and for you guys that are a little handicapped here at Zombies, let's go ahead and look at the fire sale, immolation, liquidation. I do now have 9 of them. You can see I got 9 of them. That's because of Dr. Monty's factory. If you're actually using your distills, this thing can make lemonade, so you might want to look into it. That way you can save as many gobblegums and get rid of the junk. You don't want that junk in there, you know what I'm saying? Burned out, I don't use those. So fix an issue that would cause the fire sale audio to play too loud. So I remember this. The fire sale would go off and it's like, at times it would just burst in your ears. No matter if you were far away from it or close to it, sort of the same as the Galil firing thing going on, except this would blast the audio. So now that's been fixed. The Thunder Gun will now grant players XP. I was going to mention this earlier because the weapon kits, look at the weapon kits. We don't have a Wonder Weapon section for our weapon kits. So what does that mean? What does that mean? We can't really adjust anything. And so how are we supposed to gain XP on these weapons if we can't prestige them? Look at weapon level. You can see it down there, 12, almost a 13 on the Vesper. If we don't have this ability on our Thunder Gun, then you know what I'm saying? Like it's not even added in here anyways. So XM is, that's about it. But we don't have the Thunder Gun even as a weapon that we can select. But it does say it will grant XP now. So primary reason is because it wasn't a part of the weapon kits. I assume there is another section here that is wonder weapons that we do not have access to, and they adjust that accordingly. But this is the brackets in which all the weapons are set in, even for the developers. Not sure about that, but I think that's how it works. Fix a crash that occurred while using the eye candy gobble gum. Oh baby. And time attacks were adjusted. I should mention that as well. You could do if you accomplish things in a certain period of time, under 5 minutes, I believe, getting a certain amount of kills, you will be able to perform a time attack there. Things like that were fixed on a global scale, so all around. A crash that occurred while using the eye candy gobble gum. Let's look at the eye candy, and it's not under megas, it's under classics. You'll see it there. And what this does is it overrides the colors you see. I hate this gobble gum. It's so stupid. Some people dig it, but yeah, there was a crash that occurred with it, so this thing's even more junk. I mean, it's been fixed, but that just gives me another reason to hate it. I don't know. That's just me. So idle eyes, that's the other one we want to look at, and I believe that is a mega actually. So let's find ourselves some idle eyes. I forget what it looks like, so let's just spin through it real quick. There it is. Okay, all zombies will ignore all players. So idle eyes, what happened with that? They fixed a bug that occurred while using idle eyes gobble gum before a host migration. Whoa, what? That's kind of a big error. Well, you know, it takes a lot of time, and they pack a lot of these fixes into these patches. So as they get one sort of report, they'll tack that on to the next patch that's coming out. So it took 3 weeks. Okay, so we got this one. Let me get a drink of water here. You guys, I recommend drink your water as well. I drink a ton of water. Take a swig right now. This would be the moment for a drink of water. Anyways, it's been 3 weeks since patch 1.22. I did have that covered. It will be linked below in the description. You can check that out if you want to see the previous changes. I do specialize in patch notes. I have a specialized playlist for that. And so in patch 1.23 that we're looking at now, there were various collision and pathing issues. that were also looked at. So on a global scale, just slight changes with the zombies, how they're spawning in and the way they follow you. That's what that means for the most part. But it has been 3 weeks since our last patch. Not sure when we'll get our next one. So if you do develop more patch notes that you'd like me to follow, be sure to tweet me at GRIZZ Viollent. I do reply back to everybody. I try to, and especially if they do involve patch notes material. I do tweet Treyarch on a regular basis about patch glitches and stuff that could be adjusted. And some things get heard, other things don't, but it's always worth a try, and hopefully we have a voice by doing this. So that's what I like to bring to the table. Now that's all the global changes. We're going to move in-game now and actually take a hard look at what changed in-game. The first general fix that we got is for Shinonuma. They fixed an error where the flogger kills were not counting towards the daily trap challenges. So that would have been one of the daily challenges, and getting kills, as you're seeing here, just by buying the trap, were not counting. Now they're counting. It's been addressed, in case you guys were wondering or curious. The flogger is 750 points. Now moving over to Kino der Toten, they fixed an issue where players were being targeted by zombies immediately after teleporting. You ever get bombarded by zombies after you return from Pack-a-Punch teleport? They fixed that. So you would experience a black screen also while teleporting. That's been addressed. I'm glad Kino got looked at. So let's go ahead and move over to Ascension right now. There were 2 fixes, but by the way, can I just get a rip in the comment section for this fire sale? I never got the Gersh devices. We're going to talk about it, but I tried, guys. I tried. You win some, you lose some. You know what I'm saying? It's zombies. But all you got to know is there are fixes for various Gersh device bugs, and they address collision exploits, so the game should crash less. So having a look over at Shangri-La, they fixed an issue where players would lose their primary weapon after picking up a subliminal monkey. So as you're seeing here, I'm switching weapons, just proving that after I pick up the monkey bomb and go ahead and I'll even chuck one, I could switch to my secondary and primary again and I still maintain my weapons. I'm not gonna lie to you guys, I love the Dragonfire camo. You might have the Into the Void camo, the exclusive one, but I still prefer Dragonfire. The other issue on Shangri-La is wall buys were losing functionality, and I'm just going to show you some wall buys right here so you can get a feel for them and that they're okay. Okay, so the map Moon, we're going to pick up QEDs, and let me tell you, these guys got a lot of different uses, and they do a lot of different things, so chucking them do not always have the same effect, but there was a bug that caused a connection interruption error when deploying the QED. So that's mostly what I wanted to show you with the QEDs, is that there was a connection error at one point, and now you can chuck them all you want and you're not going to have any problems. But they do a lot of different things, which is really cool. There was also a glitch that you could get on top of Widow's Wine. This is exactly how you do it, and you have to jump, slide to the end of the jump pad. It goes off. That's when you get up really high and you hit the top of an invisible wall. You can jump off that onto top of Widow's Wine. That's been addressed now. You can no longer do that. And then we got Origins, where there was a fix for various elemental staff bugs. That's been addressed. The biggest one that I want to talk about here for a second is the Panzer Soldat. There were pathing issues and bugs addressed with this. People were glitching the Panzers under the map. I do not believe you can do that anymore. And as with that, there has been pathing issues that have been fixed, so you should not be pulled randomly if he cannot physically grab you around a barrier. He'll have to go all the way around the barrier to actually pull his arm out and grab you. So that pathing error has been addressed as well. I wouldn't really say that the Panzer got a buff. I would just say that it's been smoothed out and the Panzer now functions as though it should be. Let's learn how the Panzer came to be just for a sec.
It is one of our suit operators, infected during the day.
Turns out it was one of the suit operators for the mining factory. That's what made the Panzer Soldat. This is a little glitch that I found out that I wanted to bring to your guys' attention. If you're throwing out your zombie money here in this room, do not do it, okay? It absolutely did not give me any money and I couldn't buy this door, and it actually took my gobble gum. So the zombie money one, I can't think of what it's called, screwed me over in this room. But it's not the only glitches in this room. Did you see it? Check out this Nova Crawler. Check out this Nova Crawler. There's some stuff going on in this room, man. Do not pop any gobble gums if you're on the top floor lab in Moon. I highly advise against it. Anyways, fellas, that's all I got for patch 1.23. I hope you guys did enjoy and actually learned by seeing the actual gameplay. That's what I like to bring to the table. Be sure to subscribe and drop a like on this video. I'll see you in the next one. Viollent out.